Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel. I'm Melanin Eclectic, and here we talk about, 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, welcome all back. 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel where we talk about books, planners, and business, and today I've got a book video for you. Today I am doing a makeup book review on A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. And it was advertised as a North African queendom fantasy. Do I necessarily agree with that? No, but I do feel like I need to give out some massive disclaimers. Disclaimer number 1, these are my opinions. You do not have to agree with my opinions. Don't come at me crazy because my opinions are different than yours. 2, do not tag the author. Do not link this to the author. Do not do anything like that. This is not a positive review. I'm just going to preface that. So I in no way want that to be like, I don't want people being malicious. And then 3, I'm not a makeup artist. I just like doing my own makeup. So I don't need anybody coming in my comments telling me, oh, your foundation is too light or your concealer is too this. Like, keep that to yourself. I don't care. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this review. Okay, guys, so screen looking a little dirty. So we are here today to talk about, let me turn this off for a second because y'all need some face. So again, I'm going to preface this. This is my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion. If you don't agree with my opinion, feel free to state your opinion, but don't come at me sideways because you feel a type of way. That being said, we are here to talk about A River of Royal Blood, which was a book I was highly anticipating, a book that came in the fairy loot box with sprayed edges, and I am disappointed. So, we are going to take the following colors. Okay, so the main character in the book, she has like the power of blood and marrow, or bone and marrow, and it translates itself with purples, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's purples. So because of that, I feel like I need to include purple in my look. But then the other thing is like her sister is like a gorgeous light-skinned blonde girl, but the main character's eyes are orange. So, like, I'm jumping all over the place in terms of, like, what I should do. So, we're going to wing it. I honestly think we might do, like, obviously purple, but we got to figure it out. I honestly do not know. I have no clue. But, yeah, so let me just do the basics before, because I've already primed my face, so I'm just kind of waiting for my primer to set in. So, this is A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. This is Amanda Joy's debut album. This is her debut book. I was very, very excited about this book. It is okay. So there are 2 sisters, and the one that we focus on is Eva. Eva has the power of the magic of marrow and blood, which, from what I understand in the story, like her tattoos help her like bleed people or whatever, but it's the marrow that actually strengthens her, and we'll talk about that because I think that was the only part that I really liked about the story. But yeah, I can't get over it. It's like sprayed edges of beauty and everything, and still didn't like it. So I'm going to be taking this. I'm going to try it because I haven't used it in a while. It's this. So it is the NYX Dark Circle Concealer, because my eyes don't look that dark. I've been really trying out product, but I just want to see if it brightens it up just a little bit. Okay, so this story focuses on 2 girls, like I said, 2 sisters, and it's supposed to be a kingdom that's supposed to be based off like a North African kingdom. And I can attribute this to just not having that kind of knowledge. But the story read more like a European monarchy type system, even though it was a queendom. it didn't read North African to me. But again, I'm also not very familiar with North African kingdoms in that kind of sense. So I did not get any Africa vibes in this story at all. I guess the only thing that I got, not even gonna lie, the only vibes I got that it was some kind of African was this. And I feel like even this isn't African. So this is supposed to be Eva. And this is supposed to be, what is his name? Because he actually is an important, annoying character in the book. We're going to skip. What is his name? I'm going to go to the end of the book because he's mentioned heavily in the end of the book. Oh, Akito. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, this is Eva and this is Akito. This is a artist rendering from Fairy Loot, which is also another thing you should keep in mind when looking at this, because again, I have no real like knowledge of what they look like. I don't know any of that. So there's no way that I can truly tell you what something is and what someone isn't. Eva doesn't like her powers. She's been told her whole life that the magic of bone and marrow is just like Queen Reina, who was apparently like a crazy queen. So I'm going to go in with, this is the Sahara 2, and I'm going in with this orange. So that is Taza. And we're going to actually lay that on our lid directly. So she doesn't use her powers. This story starts right around the time where she's getting ready to become of age to fight her sister. So she's back in the main kingdom. She apparently ran away to go stay with her father when she was younger, and then came back later. Oh my god, I forgot how vibrant Juvia's Places palettes are. And okay, so from what I understand, in this kingdom there are 4 different kinds of people, but the humans were given, according to, because I do like the fact that the book between certain chapters kind of told stories about the old times in the kingdom and how the story of how humans actually got magic was discussed. The only thing I have about it is that the magic system was not explained well. After you learn that the humans actually get magic, they don't really explain. Like, I understand that her magic is called magic of bone and marrow. I understand that when she kills an animal and she takes their bones and she wears their bones, it kind of like gives her like a boost of energy. Great. Fantastic. Now, somebody explained to me why her sister has like a superpower of persuasion. What are the other really popular powers? Why is it that Akito, who had like, Oshale brought up a very good point that in a lot of fantasies, like the whole interspecies relationship thing is not really something people focus on because he just looks like a cute guy with horns, right? So those particular people, they have powers, but they're based on their family. So their families have like a power. So his family can manipulate emotions and actually like feel people's emotions. Whereas there's another one who's in her guard. She has like the powers to control shadows, I think. It doesn't explain why. They're born with theirs. They're born with theirs. So are the humans. But the humans need tattoos to control theirs, whereas they don't need tattoos. Yeah, needless to say, I wasn't a big fan of the magic system in the sense that maybe I needed more or I needed them to explain more, and they didn't. So for that, I'm like, all right. So I'm going to leave the Sahara palette out, but we need to go and get some of these other ones because, yeah. Okay, so I'm back, and I've got the Zulu palette. So what I want to do... So Eva's tattoos are like black, but they glow purple. I could swear I could be mixing that up with another book. But that's the kind of inspiration that I like. So I want to go in with this purple and pink, and I want to put the pink on the inside and put the purple on the outside. So I'm going to start with the pink first, and we're just gonna, I don't know if it's actually gonna show up because the orange is so pigmented, but it's worth a try. And then I'm just gonna bring it a little bit over the lid. Yeah, don't worry. It'll clean up soon. So, I guess we should talk about Eva and Isa. They're polar opposites with a lot of things. So, Isa is light skinned and she's got beautiful blonde hair. It reads like the parents are biracial, so I think the queen is more of a white or at least a lighter skin tone, whereas the father is described as a dark skinned like Eva. So Eva has more of her father than Isa. And again, reminder, there are spoilers. They make a point to mention this a lot in the beginning. I don't know if this is to try to reiterate how polar opposite they are, or if this is trying to insinuate why Isa was like pretty or considered pretty. I don't know. I try not to look too hard into those particular kind of subjects because I can't tell you what the author was thinking when they decided to emphasize that. But what I can say is I was annoyed with, what's the best way to put this? I wanted it to be a more dynamic relationship between the two of them. Like a lot of the sister battle, I call them the battle royale sisters. A lot of those kind of stories have interesting sister dynamics. But in this book, we did not get that dynamic, that weird, that confusing sister dynamic. You don't get it because it comes off as it comes off as if Isa doesn't like her sister. Isa doesn't like even consider her sister like a player because, you know, her sister doesn't use magic. So clearly she's just going to die and stuff like that. But it's revealed that the reason that Isa feels that way is because she feels like her sister left her and like ran away when she went to go live in the other castle with her father. Isa has been building up a lot of resentment towards her sister, and that's why she treats her sister like tar. It's also revealed that, you know, she doesn't treat her sister any type of ways because she learned her sister's secret that her sister didn't even know, which we will talk about in a second. Another weird but interesting relationship was between between Eva and her mother. Now, her mother has been playing favorites from the jump. She was never hiding it. She'd been playing favorites the entire time. She favored Isa over Eva. They don't ever necessarily say why, but they do try to imply that the reason she doesn't like Eva is because she has the same power as Queen Reina, which is a destructive power, and, you know, her power would eventually destroy the kingdom type thing. So she tried to say that it was from a like maternal, or rather from a queen standpoint, but she never really showed Eva any real maternal anything. Like, it was just kind of like, that's my daughter, so like in the court we're gonna play nice, but in like close quarters I want nothing to do with you type thing. And that part was very apparent. You can tell that part really bothered Eva. I know I am looking hot mess right now. It will be cleaned up in a second. I always do crazy groundwork when I'm about to do like glitter and stuff. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna go back in with this pink. Oh, also, Eva has this thing where like she likes to escape because in her mind she's going to die anyway. So because she's going to die anyway, she might as well like live her life and stuff. The problem with that is the closer she gets to her birthday, the more likely somebody will try to kill her, because yes, technically it is the battle between her and her sister, but there are people in the kingdom that are set out to kill Eva, and there are multiple attempts on her life. that end up leaving it to where other people have died trying to kill her. And so for that reason, she's technically not supposed to leave the castle. And if she does leave the castle, she's supposed to have this crazy guard. And she's got fae guards. Basically, they've all got powers. But one of the guards ends up being like the prince, a.k.a. Akito. So Akito is actually like a prince in his people's world. And he comes to be a bodyguard for her. And it turns out he was just a spy. But that's not the problem with Akito. Let's also work on transitioning colors. The problem with Akito is that the relationship between him and Isa, or him and Eva, happened out of nowhere. It literally was like, oh, we're fighting. Ooh, can I kiss you? Love. I'm not even joking. I know that you guys think that I am just super pessimistic when it comes to love stories and all that stuff, but I promise you, like, read it and tell me where the relationship blossomed. If you do not agree with me, tell me what pages do I need to read to see the relationship blossom. If you can show me that, I'll retract, because it went from them touching like legs in the tent and, you know, them being hot and bothered with each other's presence, to them fighting in the courtyard, to them kissing in the courtyard. And to me, I'm like, if this was a movie, maybe we would have saw some development. Or maybe they're trying to imply, because they almost died together, that now they're like lovers. Either way, I was left there like, what? When did this happen? And it wasn't like oh, I have a crush. It was like, oh my God, I love him. He's so beautiful. And I'm like, I get it. It's YA. I get it. I totally get it. It's YA. So we have the chance. We know that YA does a lot of insta-lovey type things. That I totally understand. However, it doesn't make it okay. That was like the worst. That was worse than that was worse than Zele and Anan in Children of Blood and Bone. Like, y'all remember how they were fighting 2 pages before they started kissing each other? This one's worse, in my opinion, because it happens so abruptly, so unprompted, so weird. There was no build-up. There was no nothing. Oh, I'm using my NYX, Blame It on Midnight and Dance in the Tides. Blame It on Midnight is what I put in my eyebrow. And I've been kind of blending everything down with Dance in the Tides. And that's why the purple is not as harsh up here, because, like I said, I can only talk junk about people because I know how to blend my eyeshadow. So, speaking of blending eyeshadow, I think I want to bring the orange and the purple up here, because I'm actually going to cover my lid with glitter. That's a decision I just made. So we're going to go in with the pink. We're going to use the orange. We're going to use the orange in the Zulu palette as well. So we're going to just lightly bring that in and see if that's, because I don't know. I like the way that looks in terms of like the blending. But you're just kind of using a light brush. I think this is the eye crease brush from e.l.f., but I use it as a detailer all the time. Okay, so we have that, and then we're going to go in with a blending eye brush. This one is old. It needs to be thrown out. So we're going to go, actually no. So the same brush that I used to blend out, I'm just going to put a little bit of orange on it. And then we're going to just twinkle it over the top. And then I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used for the purple and blend it all out, because now I've put too much orange like I knew I was going to. And use the wrong brush, guys. Sorry. So let's discuss another character. I feel like discussing the characters is the best way for me to convey like what I'm disappointed about. So they end up meeting this, I'm going to call him a mystical being because he's a man of legend. People know him based off of stories of things that he's done or things that he's known to have committed. His name is Baka. Baka is this old fae who apparently had like this binding contract with one of the previous queens and all this other stuff. And he decided he was going to help Eva. But the way that he chooses to help Eva, you would think, since this is the person that's supposed to help her unlock her powers, that he would spend a lot of time explaining like the power system and how it works. But instead, he goes and he explains like Queen Reina and like all of the different things that happened during her reign, and basically trying to explain how the system is the way that it is today with the segregation and like the persecution of different types of people, how the humans, they cry like protection, but they treat these other groups of people like utter trash, which, sounds like a parallel to other things. I guess I don't care because the main focus of the story was not her running the kingdom as a queen. It was her trying to figure out if she was going to become queen in the first place. So because of that, I just kind of feel like those story moments were pointless. They didn't help progress the story at all. They were just like tidbits thrown in there during the lessons to where instead of learning more about the magic, we heard these stories. And I feel like had she already been queen and Baka was teaching her these stories, or at least if she'd already killed her sister and she was the true heir, telling these stories would have made sense. But they didn't. They just felt like fillers. And I wanted more storylines. So another thing that I understand is that the system is made to where the sages do the tattoos and they tell you like what kind of powers you have and stuff like that. So technically the sages are the people, they knew that, actually, let me see. I'm trying to decide I need like an orange glitter or a red glitter. So we are going through these palettes searching for that. But yeah, so I guess we'll talk about the reveal because once I finish my eyes, we're going to finish up the review afterward. So I'm laughing because the big reveal is that Isa and Eva are half sisters, and that Isa knew that they were half sisters, but Eva didn't. And then Eva's actually part Kimorian, whatever Akito is with the horns, she's part that as well. So I can't even do my makeup. Okay. So this whole time, the whole story, there was a binding on her magic. Anytime she does her magic, she gets a headache. She can't think straight, blah, 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 blah. This reveal comes out and all of a sudden she unlocks or unbinds her own magic. And I'm like, wait a minute. So she got angry enough when her daddy was killed. That wasn't enough to to break the binding. It was this is what breaks the binding. Again, the story lacked so much flow that when stuff happened, I'd be like, wait, what? Multiple times throughout the story. And that's one of the ones where I was just like, I'm done. I want this book to be over. So she unlocks her powers, and now she's got like this I never remember those people. Akito is shocked. Everybody's shocked. And she's like, Baka, did you know about this? And he's like, I had an inkling, but I wasn't sure. Sir, y'all didn't think this was information that y'all should have told this girl? Y'all were literally sending her into battle for the fight of her life without giving her all the information. And when she was mad at her dad for binding her magic, I completely understood that. That was the only part where I was like, yes, girl, be mad. Because they are literally doing everything to hinder you from being able to actually survive this fight. And I'm like, so y'all want her to be queen, but y'all can't tell her what she is. Y'all can't tell her that, sis, I know you're training or whatever, but like you're not going to be able to use all of your magic, and that's because we put a binding on it. Oh, and the sage who helped me put a binding on you, he's dead. So, like, the originator cannot break it. That means it's super dangerous and all that jazz. Oh, by the way, I am using the Sahara 2 palette, which obviously is one of my faves. And I'm using Marrakesh. Wait, hold on. My palette is dirty. And I want to make sure I read the name. Marrakesh. So I'm just using a small detail brush, and I'm just putting that on my lid. And I'm trying to avoid everywhere that there's pink, everywhere that there's orange, I want there to be glitter. And I might have to go in and do multiple layers, but we're here. So, oh, and then get this. I forgot who, that's another thing. I forgot who they said killed her daddy. But after all of this, you know how they decide to battle it out the night of her birthday? After the binding is put on that only those two could kill each other and no one else? Isa kidnaps Akito after him and Eva have this heartbreaking discussion where she storms off in every other YA. And she kidnaps him and forces Eva to come rescue him from her room so that they can fight it out. And that's where the big reveal is. And instead of killing her sister, she just knocks her sister out because, you know, she still loves her sister. And I'm just like, everybody set you up for failure. Everybody, including your sister, because she knew that you wouldn't be able to, like, truly be yourself because you didn't know who yourself was. Everybody should have died. I ain't saving nobody. Everyone should have died. So, needless to say, I finished this book unimpressed. I finished this book kind of making me wish that I didn't read it because I had been looking forward to reading this book for a while. If you guys saw me open my owl crate, I was genuinely shocked that it was in the owl crate. I don't like the fact that it was advertised as this, like, West African thing without even having, from what I noticed, again, I might not, somebody could clearly correct me in the comments, perfectly fine, but I didn't get any African at all. All I got was a European queendom system equipped with castles and sieges and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I felt that it lacked flow, and I was genuinely disappointed. I'm going to go back in with the purple from the Zulu palette into the corners again, just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And we're going to do it on the crease while also still avoiding the pink in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to put my eyeliner on. We will just do a quick speed through of the rest of the makeup, and then I will give you my final thoughts, since these thoughts were all over the place like most of my... Every time I try to have structure on these videos, I don't like the way the video comes out. So I like to freestyle them and just go for whatever. So yeah, let's do that now. All right, guys, this is the final look and my final thoughts on the book. I felt that this book could have been about 20 times better. It lacked a flow, and really it lacked a sense of development within the characters that would progress the story in a way that it would make sense. I say this just as a person that I've been advocating for books like this for so long, so I felt really bad about not liking this book, but I've decided that that's okay. Like, it's okay not to like books, and it's okay to say why you don't like books. And I tried to at least provide examples of the things that I didn't like in this book. As usual, I would love to know what you guys thought about it. So if you guys didn't agree with me or did agree with me, please leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Have you read it? Do you want to read it? Don't let my opinion of things sway you from doing things that you plan to do on your own. With that being said, thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. And until the next time, guys, bye.